And here's the truth. Israel seeks peace. Israel yearns for peace. Israel has made peace and will make peace again.
Reveal it here.
He wanted to make a deal more than Netanyahu. And I will be honest, I had a great meeting with him, Abbas, right? I had a great meeting with him. And we spent a lot of time together, talked about many things. And it was almost like a father. I mean, he was so nice. Couldn't have been nicer. And after meeting with Bibi for 3 minutes, I looked at him and said, "You don't want to make a deal, do you?" And he said, "Well, and the fact is, I don't think Bibi ever wanted to make a deal. Why? I thought the Palestinians were impossible, and the Israelis would do anything to make peace and a deal. I found that not to be true."
The acting leader of Hezbollah has made his first televised speech. Naim Qassem pledged to continue the militant group's fight against Israel while adding the fate of his country, Lebanon, is inseparable from that of Palestine.
We cannot separate Lebanon from Palestine, nor the region from Palestine. Did Israel not officially and directly occupy Lebanon in 1978? Did the occupation not return in 1982 after Resolution 425? And they only left through resistance. Why did they continue to occupy Lebanon? They created the South Lebanese Army, wanting to establish the South Lebanon state in preparation to later become Israeli settlements, but it did not succeed. Then they returned in 2006 to advance in the southern region with the aim of occupying it, but failed. So Lebanon is part of the Israeli expansion project. Whenever Israel feels capable of expanding, it will expand here.
Your international headlines this midday. In the Middle East, ground clashes between Israel forces and Hezbollah along southern Lebanon mountains is spreading. Now the UN is getting caught in the crossfire.
And this is as efforts from around the world continue to focus on confirming a ceasefire deal. Fox News correspondent Nate Foy has more from Tel Aviv.
Ground clashes between Israeli forces and Hezbollah spread across the border region Thursday. The UN peacekeeping force in Lebanon says an Israeli tank and possibly a drone fired on several of its facilities. 2 UNIFIL workers are reportedly injured.
Safety and security of the peacekeepers is a shared responsibility. The parties have an obligation to respect the safety and security of peacekeepers.
Diplomats from the United States and other countries are intensifying discussions about a possible ceasefire deal, while Israel maintains it will do whatever is necessary to return residents to their homes in the north. And Hezbollah provides resistance to Israel's ground offensive.
We will not beg the Israeli enemy nor the international community for a ceasefire. The aggressor is the one the international community should be pressuring to stop the aggression.
The entire region remains on high alert. Israel still hasn't responded to Iran's massive ballistic missile strike last week. The Israeli Security Cabinet will meet Thursday to discuss a possible response.
Our attack will be lethal, precise, and above all, surprising. They will not understand what happened and how it happened. They will see the results.
Meanwhile, the fighting continues in Gaza, with an Israeli airstrike killing at least 27 people at a former school sheltering displaced Palestinians. Israel says it was really a Hamas command center. In Tel Aviv, Nate Foy, Fox News.
The Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin, the architect of the Middle East peace process, has been assassinated.
The assassin, a right-wing Israeli Jew, Yigal Amir.
Truly shocking news from the Middle East tonight. Israel's Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin has been assassinated.
Evening spent dreaming of peace turns into a national nightmare.
Outside the hospital, the crowd began to chant, "Bibi is a murderer." The sign says, "Bibi, Rabin's blood is on your hands."
An assassin has taken yet another world leader away from us. It was just after the biggest peace rally in Tel Aviv.
Rabin's widow blamed Netanyahu for contributing to her husband's death
Of Yitzhak Rabin has also produced shock in the Palestinian community.
and said so on worldwide television.
Your husband pointed the finger at Mr. Netanyahu and said, "You must stop this incitement."
Yeah.
To what extent do you blame Mr. Netanyahu and the Likud for what has happened?
I do blame them. In a rally in Kikar Zion in Jerusalem, that showed him in the uniform of a Nazi. So Mr. Bibi Netanyahu, now we can say from here to eternity that he didn't support it and didn't agree with it, but he was there and he didn't.